Hi friends, I'm Shashank from The Digital Fifth. So today, along with Samir, who is the founder and CEO of The Digital Fifth, we'll have the video cast where we're going to talk about what should be the approach of the fintech in the current situation to evolve themselves, be ready for the market changing demands, how to respond as a new business model or the new business product. So we'll have a conversation with Samir on this topic. So Samir, from your perspective, what should be the approach of the fintech in the given time where we are going through the change on a very frequent basis and the change will be for longer period. So what should be the approach for the fintech during this situation?
So Shashank, this is pertinent for each entity in the country at individual level, corporate level, SME level. Everybody is impacted, right? There are very few of percentage of entities which are positively impacted. The fact of the matter is we are seeing sudden shooting in the increase of maybe the data, right? So today everybody is using data, so that segment is increasing. Zoom, for example, has started getting used much more. All the tools of collaboration have increasing in usage. Even digital payments, at least the POS side is increasing. So I think there are trends which will emerge. Some 1 or 2% will be positively impacted, and rest are differently impacted. I will not say adversely because it's not a right word, but we all impacted for sure. So I think the first thing first, I urge all the startups to do is conserve capital as much as possible. Try to ensure that you don't burn too much of capital on anything which is not relevant to business. If it is not core to business, don't spend. Just to give example, I think we were thinking on our side that since we are working from home, can we avoid extra cost of the working pace, and can we sort of stop our expense of co-working? I think our sort of co-working space has been sort of helpful in that, and that has reduced our cost outlays. So generally speaking, reduce cost. If you are raising capital, try not to sort of haggle for the last penny. Raise it right now at whatever price you are getting. Don't get into this haggling, because if you have some capital, you have a runway to run. So these are the basics of doing it. The third component is relook at your entire product portfolio. And sort of a bad word in the old world, we sort of said that pivoting is bad for those entrepreneurs who do not know how to sort of run their business. Pivot. But my request is with so much of change in the market, pivoting is critical. Your product market fit would have changed because client expectations are changed. Customers sort of market needs are changed. Generally speaking, many things cannot be delivered in this scenario for at least next few months. So you need to sort of look at what products to be stocked and what to be retuned. Generally speaking, do that. Third, fourth component is engage deeply with your employees, and as well as obviously your customers. Both of them are anxious. How do you ensure that with each of them, you are deeply engaged through sort of whatever platforms for collaboration you have? You may have to do one-on-one calls with them. Engage deeply to ensure that there is no issue or their anxiety levels are not increased because you are not communicating. So all of them are critical. Stakeholder management is extremely critical at this point of time. And if you are thinking too much, just don't think too much. Do it now.
Rightly said, Samir. I think you have brought on the very critical points for the pivoting for the fintech. One of the critical point in the last part of the discussion, you brought on the customer engagement. In fact, I was reading on one of the article where it's saying that the social media uses, the WhatsApp or the Facebook messengers or the Instagram has tremendously been increased. How the fintech should adopt this social media platform to start having a much better customer engagement, especially when whole world is going to be at home?
So I think I'll not go into pure social media. I think I'll talk about engagement. We all know that be it for a sales guy who has to walk out and meet the customers, or a delivery person who has to deliver to the client, or a support person who has to solve client needs. All of them have to be met on both sides from your own home. Even if you are in any segment, likely chance that 90%, 99% of people are at home and servicing them. So at this point of time, engaging through deeply with each one of them with a topical thing. So for example, we ourselves as an entity, we are engaging on both on sales side or delivery side or support side continuously with our customers. So our routine has not changed. We are still working from the same routine. I would say maybe 8:39 to something like 7 o'clock every day. We have client calls. We meet them. Interestingly, in many segments, we have seen larger engagement coming up because our customers also have more time. So they want to see if they can change their structure, plan, process. So for us, I think we are able to change to some extent our products and services, and we are aligned. And we are also realizing that some of the products have to go through a change. So I'll come to one of our anchor product, which is Fintech Masterclass or Open Banking Masterclass, for which we have run almost maybe 20 cohorts over a period of time, and almost through our client engagement, which is at the client side or with open sessions, we would have trained 2,000 odd participants. That product is not viable in the market. So how we are engaging with them? We are reaching out to them through online courses, and which we are saying that 100% online. We earlier used to run longer 2-day courses. We are now turning into 5-hour chunks so that our customers can sort of or customers can sort of engage with them. They can't spend more time beyond that. So some of the products we are configuring right now, we are also learning on it. It's not that we have got all right. We have also used this opportunity to sort of launch our newsletters. We never had our newsletters for all the time, and we have launched it now. We are getting extremely positive feedback on that. So I think you have to find new ways to do it. We are seeing a lot of startups doing it well. And I'm sure if you are not taking action now, take today. That will help.
Right, Samir. One last important point I would like to bring into our discussions, where how do you see that whole ecosystem to evolve? Like for the fintechs, it's very critical that they work closely with the banks. In fact, they work very closely with the banks, whether it's a product, the customer acquisition or the market reach. Now, in that situation where the banks will be primarily focused to ensure that they sustain on the business operations, while fintechs will be focusing on the pivoting, how these two work together to tide over this period?
Obvious answer is that digital needs are dramatically higher now. And if you look at the customer side, customer is now fully trained to go digital. And they will expect things to happen on instant basis. This movement is bigger than what we have seen during demonetization. So in demon, only the cash was out. In current situation, obviously cash is just out, but all other means of integrating the ecosystem is largely through digital. Any bank who's not giving loans on digital platform has to go digital now. And they may not be able to pull off immediately on their own. They may have to partner with some fintechs to do that. Some of the processing underwriting capabilities may not have data points coming outside. It expects something to be done manually. That has to be removed. Wherever back-end process and front-end process is needed, manual intervention would sort of need fintechs and tech partner support. So my gut feel says that the fintech need for fintech and banks to work together is higher. Also, strategically speaking, a lot of team members who are operationalizing the work from home issue or maybe sort of BCP right now, business continuity right now, I think that will change soon because strategic level, people will have more time. They will actually look at saying that what our process have stopped completely. I'm sure many of the loan origination process will completely stop because there is no way to operate right now. Wherever you need signature, it can't work at all right now. Wet signature is important, but wet is not possible now. So all of those places, fintechs and banks will work together very, very soon. Strategic level, people have more time. I'm sure anybody who's in strategy units or product units will have time right now to focus on it because BCP, whatever challenges they had, either they would have fixed it or if they've not fixed it as of now, they can only be fixed with the help of technology, which is the need of the hour now. So time to now act. I also seeing more interactions coming from our partner BFSI companies as well as our fintechs. They are trying to look at more working together, and we are sort of operationalizing it differently. For example, we used to do this fintech bazaar, which is a one-day event. We used to get maybe 10 to 15 or 20 customers on one side, all CXOs. On the other side, we used to get 10 to 15 fintechs. That product, which is physical by nature, we have to go digital on that. That's we are still working on. We are still to figure out how to do it. But the need of the hour is there. Digital is a need of the hour. So we are working on it.
Thank you, Samir. I think it was really very interesting to look at the things very in different perspective, and hopefully it adds value to our fintech partners as well as the BFSI partners. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the discussion.
Thanks, Shashank. And I think I hope everybody stays safe at home and hope we all recover from there sooner than later. Thank you.
Thank you.